Hey YouTube, welcome back. So I wanted to go over a 1,500 mile review with you guys today on a couple of the things on the bike. Went and did some riding today with my buddy again. He's got a 16 KTM 500. I got to do some riding with that today, and it was really fun. People that have been on two-stroke bikes before and know just the torque range on those kind of bikes and stuff. The KTM 500 really kind of feels like a big bore, almost like a old school XR 650L or even the DR 650. And today my question was, should have I went with a bigger bike? I've had this bike since I believe November of last year, and I just hit 1,500 miles on it, roughly around 21 miles to 20 or 21 gallons for 1,500 miles, which is pretty cool, knowing that you could potentially travel from Florida to Utah, on 18 gallons of gas. Would you want to do something like that on this bike? Probably not. The rally would probably be better, but even then, interstate you're going to want to stay away from. I hop on Interstate I-10 down here for short distances, maybe 10 miles top, and because this bike will run 70. For anybody who says this bike can't do 70 or 75 miles an hour, they're definitely wrong. Honestly, I think this bike is capable of 90 miles an hour, but you're putting high risk of potentially harming the engine. So Honda has a rev limiter light, which is a light that flashes at 7,000 RPM, letting you know, hey, you're in a really high RPM, technically. It does redline at 12,000. So back to the review. I really love the bike. Did I want to go with something bigger? I probably could have went with, an old school XR 650L. There's tons of things that I didn't want to have to hassle with some of those kind of bikes, with, as far as the old, instruments and stuff. Call me fancy if you will, or, whatever, but I wanted all of this new updated stuff. We're 2023 now, and I didn't want to be riding my bike, buying a bike new that was kind of a dinosaur, carbureted. Carbureted has its ups and downs. Would it be easier to work on? I guess, but I didn't really buy a bike that I wanted to have to work on. That's why I bought a new bike. I'm not saying that there's used bikes out there that you can buy and have a lot of fun on for a long time without having to work on them, but I hate the brake line that's in the way. I really wish Honda would have did something different there, but it is what it is. I mean, my buddy rode this today from the KTM 500, and he said it's very comparable to the DRZ 400, which is a pretty awesome bike besides it not having a sixth gear, and that's what he actually liked about this. He's running, I believe, some Dunlop 606 on his KTM, and I got to feel how they hook versus these tires and vice versa for him, and we both agreed these tires are trash. Here in a second, I want to give you guys a close-up of the back tire now. I'm at 1,500 miles. That's a big question I've had on my mind since I got this bike, was what kind of mileage am I going to get out of this tire, or both of these tires. And now something to keep in mind, guys, if you are doing a lot of off-roading, it's a lot more different than a car tire. Those of you guys who've had off-road vehicles, mud truck, mud tires, stuff like that, you kind of will have the idea of it. So when this tire is bald, you should have replaced it a long time ago. Granted, you want to get your money's worth out of these tires, but when you go off-roading, you really pay for it when you go off-roading with a non-aggressive tire. Today I had a little trouble and some washouts with traction. My buddy was able to climb up it pretty easily, but these tires just didn't really hook at all. So let me give you a shot here real quick on this tire. So this is the outside of it. I mean, they still do have some life. I'll still run them some more, but you know, these tires new really don't even have a lot of tread on them compared to other dirt bike tires. But they're pretty worn down fast. I was really surprised. I was hoping 4,000 miles, but honestly, I'm thinking 2,500 and they've got to go. So I'll probably get another 1,000 miles out of these things, maybe. I've been doing a lot of highway riding also, guys, so you got to keep that in mind. You know, this isn't 1,500 miles of all off-road use. You know, I'm saying I'm probably 50-50 right now with on and off-road. Other than that, I mean, just nitpick stuff, you know, on this bike. I've been hearing that the exhaust system on this thing weighs approximately 70 pounds, you know, from the full header to the back, which that's unbelievable. There's a lot of ways you can cut weight off of these bikes with, you know, taking stuff off and replacing them with certain things. But overall, I'm really happy with this bike, guys. Obviously, everybody wants more power. I could do with more power, but that's how you get hurt. That's how you get in trouble. I probably would have liked the 450, but the price difference in those bikes is astronomical. You can find one used, you know, for, you know, still they're going to be around 8-9 grand. Something that I was really concerned with also was my maintenance intervals. Now that I've done a lot of riding on this bike and how simple the oil change is, I don't know if it is that simple on the 450 or not, but you know, as far as oil change intervals go, 1,500 miles, what Honda's 450 is, probably want to change it every 1,000 miles, but that's pretty durable, guys. You know, and I've been riding the heck out of this thing, so that I thought, you know, was really a big turn down to me. But now that I've been doing a lot more riding, 1,000 mile oil change really isn't bad for the 450s. But what scares me on the 450s is the maintenance book only goes to 19,000 miles or so until they, you know, Honda recommends you're replacing internals on that thing. And I wanted a bike that I didn't have to work on, that I could keep forever and not worry about it. I got the Honda protection plan on this thing, so altogether it's 8 years of protection. It was an extra $500. Was that worth it? To me, probably. I don't anticipate having any issues that warranty would cover on this thing. Something that you would want to keep in mind with spending that kind of money on a warranty, whether it's a Kawasaki or Honda, guys, it's if you're going to be doing a lot of mods to the bike. I kind of thought I shot myself in the foot because I really did want to do some different stuff with this bike, but again, I don't want to mess with the reliability or the warranty, so I'll probably do a slip-on exhaust and some other stuff with the suspension. But as far as, you know, doing the ECU flash, which it needs, and emission deletion, stuff like that, a full pipe, and there's some things that you can and can't do that you have to read into your warranty. But I'm super happy with the bike, guys, at 1,500 miles. It's definitely a soft suspension, but like my buddy agreed, it's actually pretty comfy when you're off-road. Again, you know, but when you got to consider if you're going to be doing any luggage carrying, you're adding on more weight to this machine, you're definitely going to need to upgrade the suspension. Right now, I could bomb around on almost everything I want to just fine. If I were to add any camping gear or luggage or anything, you would probably notice a huge difference in how the suspension, you know, handles and travels. So other than that, guys, you know, this bike is amazing. It was worth every penny. I love it. The gas mileage is phenomenal. Parts are super cheap, so you guys stay tuned, and I'll probably do another 2,500 mile review on here and new tire review on what tires I'm probably going to end up going with. Maybe if you guys got some more suggestions out there besides the D606 Dunlop, shoot that in the comment section down there for me. Trying to think of anything maybe I'm missing right now. Stuff that I haven't already gone over. The seat, guys, love it. First thing we probably have to go is the seat. What we did. I'm gonna be trying some bark busters here soon. I'm gonna get a big luggage rack for my Tusk gear. Helmet selections, guys. Don't go cheap on helmets. I know you'll say you'll want to just get a cheap throw around helmet, which is awesome to have, but when you start dealing with, man, how helmets can be heavy, they're weighted differently, they feel shaped differently. There's tons of different features and technology out there. A good helmet's probably going to run you guys at least $350 or more. That's just something that I would recommend, doing some research on what kind of helmet you want, what kind of riding you're going to be doing. But tons of products out there, guys. Just get out there on YouTube, do your research. I really appreciate you guys tuning into the channels. I'm going to be dropping some more videos. Please stay tuned, tell your friends, hit that like, share, subscribe button, leave some comments in the boxes, and I appreciate you guys. I'm almost to 100 subscribers. We're growing fast, and appreciate you. Y'all have a great day.